Hello everyone! Welcome back to Matinik. Sa video na ito, pag-aaralan natin ang isa sa mga pinaka-practical na topics sa mathematics. Understanding and computing salary, wage and commission. Mahalagang maintindihan natin ito dahil balang araw, tayo rin ay magtatrabaho at tatanggap ng sahod. Matututuhan natin kung paano kinikwenta ang salary, wage, at commission gamit ang mga real-life examples. Kaya ihanda na ang inyong calculator, notebook at lapis. Simulan na natin. Wage is the money a worker receives for doing a job or providing services. It can be paid in different ways such as by hour, by day, by task completed, or by commission. Ibig sabihin nito, ang wage ay bayad batay sa oras o araw na pinasok ng isang empleyado. Mas maraming oras ang trabaho, mas mataas ang kikitain. Karaniwang tumatanggap ng wage ang mga laborers, service crew at construction workers. So, meron tayong dalawang types of wage. The first one is the hourly wage, no? So, yung hourly wage, this is the amount earned for every hour work. Ibig sabihin, nakadepende yung bayad mo sa kung ilang oras ka nagtrabaho. For example, if a worker earns 80 pesos per hour and works for 5 hours, so magkano yung kikitain niya? All we need to do is multiply 80 times 5 equals 400. Ibig sabihin, yung worker na yon is kikita ng 400 pesos. The next one is the daily wage. The daily wage is the amount earned for one whole day of work. Ibig sabihin, babayaran ka sa isang buong araw mo. Example, if a worker's daily wage is 650 pesos and the worker work for 6 days, so magkano yung kikitain niya? Ang gagawin lang natin is i-multiply lang din natin. So we have 650 times 6 equals 3,900. So ibig sabihin, that worker will earn 3,900 pesos. So let's come to salary. Salary is a fixed amount of money a worker regularly receives from an employer for doing a job. Unlike wage earners who are usually paid based on hours or days work, salaried employees receive a fixed amount regularly. Ibig sabihin, pareho ang kanyang tinatanggap na sahod kahit magkaiba ang dami ng trabaho sa isang araw. Karaniwan, yung nakakatanggap nito ay yung mga teachers, office workers, managers, engineers, accountants, and other professional workers. Kadalasan, pwedeng itong ibayad by monthly, semi-monthly, or twice a month, and weekly. So, we have 4 types of salary. The first one is the annual salary. It is the total amount of money a person earns in one whole year. Ibig sabihin nito, para ma-compute natin si annual salary, ang gagawin lang natin is i-multiply lang natin yung monthly salary niya by 12. The next one is monthly salary. From the word monthly, ibig sabihin, buwanang bayad. No? It is the fixed amount of a worker receives every month. Okay, so ito yung mga police, mga teachers, sila yung nakakatanggap ng mga monthly salary. So, monthly salary is equal to annual salary divided by 12. So, kapag given yung annual salary, i-divide natin yan by 12. Kapag naman given yung daily wage, i-multiply natin by 24. So, ang tanong, bakit 12 yung divisor natin? Kasi sa isang taon, meron tayong 12 months. Bakit naman 24 yung multiplier natin kapag daily wage yung given? Kasi sa isang buwan, meron tayong 24 working days. Okay. So, kasi yung linggo, kadalasan, walang pasok siya or rest day. The third one is the semi-monthly salary. It is the amount a worker receives twice a month. So, dati yung mga teachers monthly yung sahod nila. So, ngayon, semi-monthly na sila nakakatanggap ng sahod. No? So, para makompute si semi-monthly salary, ang gagawin lang is i-divide lang natin by 2. Monthly salary divided by 2. The fourth one is the weekly salary. It is the amount earned in 1 week. So, para makompute si weekly salary, annual salary divided by 52. Bakit 52 yung divisor natin? Kasi sa isang taon, meron tayong 52 weeks. Or pwede din siya makompute by daily wage times 6. So let's have an example. Maria works as an office assistant and earns 25,000 every month. How much does she earn in 1 year? Okay. So yung solution natin dito, una, yung given is 25,000 every month. Ibig sabihin, ito yung monthly salary ni Maria. How much does she earn in 1 year? Ibig sabihin, pinapahanap sa atin yung annual salary. At yung annual salary is equal to monthly salary times 12. Ibig sabihin, i-multiply lang natin yung 25,000 by 12. So, 25,000 times 12 equals 300,000. Ibig sabihin, si Maria is nakakatanggap ng 300,000 pesos per year. Another example, Jan is a teacher who receives a monthly salary of 32,500 pesos. What is his annual salary? So, yung monthly salary niya is 32,500 pesos. Annual salary formula is monthly salary times 12. So, i-multiply lang natin 32,500 times 12. So, we have 390,000. Ibig sabihin, yung teacher na si John ay makakatanggap ng 390,000 pesos annually. Take note no na sa computation natin, hindi pa kasama dito yung mga tax, yung mga other benefits, no? Kasi hindi naman sila salary. Okay. Example 3. Carlos' annual salary is 360,000 pesos. How much does he earn each month? So, yung given natin is yung annual salary which is 360,000. So, pinapahanap sa atin yung monthly salary niya. Ito, each month. Magkano na yung kinikita niya each month? So, monthly salary is equal to annual salary divided by 12. Again, kung bakit 12 yung divisor natin, kasi sa isang taon, meron tayong 12 months. So, 360,000 divided by 12, the answer is 30,000. Ibig sabihin, si Carlo ay nakakatanggap ng 30,000 pesos per month. Example 4. Rico works in a factory and earns 650 pesos per day. If a month is estimated to have 24 working days, what is his monthly salary? So, the solution is daily wage equals 650 pesos. So, ang gagawin natin para mahanap yung monthly salary niya is i-multiply natin by 24. So 650 pesos times 24, the answer is 15,600. So therefore, Rico, a factory worker, will earn 15,600 pesos per month. Example 5. Rose earns 24,000 pesos per month. Her company pays employees twice a month. How much does she receive every payday? So, eto. Una, 24,000 yung monthly salary ni Rose. Tapos, yung company niya is twice a month nagbabayad. Ibig sabihin, same yung monthly salary. No? So, how much does she receive every payday? So, pinapahanap sa atin kung magkano yung natatanggap niya every payday. So, ang gagawin lang is divide lang by 2. So, eto na. So, ang matatanggap ni Rose ay 12,500 every 12,000 pesos every payday. Example 6. A company manager earns 520,000 pesos per year. What is her weekly salary? So, yung annual salary is 520,000 pesos. Yung weekly salary is given by the formula annual salary divided by 52. Again, kung bakit 52? Kasi sa isang taon, meron tayong 52 weeks. So, weekly salary divided 520,000 divided by 52, the answer is 10,000. So, ibig sabihin, the company manager earns 10,000 pesos every week. Example 7. Paul earns 700 pesos per day and works 6 days a week. How much does he earn in 1 week? So, ito ay weekly salary, yung pinapahanap. So, yung given is yung daily wage na 700 pesos. Okay. So, yung 700 pesos, i-multiply lang natin by 6. No? So, daily wage times 6 is equal to 4,200 every week. What is overtime pay? Overtime pay is the extra money an employee receives for working beyond the regular 8 hours a day. So, in the Philippines, overtime work on a regular working day is paid at 125% of the regular hourly rate or an additional 25% of the regular wage. No? So that's why we have this formula. Regular wage, regular hourly rate times 125, 1.25. Okay, aside from that, we also need to consider these other uh, working scenarios. For example, work on a rest day or special holiday, no? So, a rest day is the employee's scheduled day off, no? So, nag-day off ka, tapos, yun, pinapatrabaho ka kasi holiday. So, ah, yung babayaran mo ay yung yung ibabayad sa'yo is ah, yung daily rate mo is i-multiply by 1.30. So, ano nga ba yung mga special holiday? Halimbawa dito is yung Ninoy Aquino Day, All Saints Day, or other special non-working holidays. When an employee works on a rest day or a special holiday, again, makakatanggap siya ng 130% of the daily wage. Another scenario is the work on a regular holiday. So, ano nga ba yung mga regular holiday? Examples are New Year's Day, Independence Day, Christmas Day, and National Heroes Day. So, those employees na magtatrabaho sa regular holiday ay babayaran ng doble or i-multiply yung daily rate nila by 2. Then, we have work on a regular holiday that falls on a rest day. So sometimes a regular holiday falls on the employee's scheduled rest day. If the employee still works, the pay is even higher. So, race day mo, tapos nagkataon na holiday. So, yung ibabayad dapat sa'yo is ah 2.60, no? So, malaki yung maibabayad sa'yo. So, Christmas Day falls on this day. Kaya kapag nagtrabaho ka during Christmas Day, dapat makatanggap ka ng 2.60 sa iyong daily rate. So, other scenario is night shift differential, no? So, yung night shift differential, ito yung mga employee na nagtatrabaho between 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. So, makakatanggap sila ng additional 10% pay. So, mga halimbawa dito is yung mga call center agent, no? So, yun. Yun yung mga scenarios about overtime pay. So, halimbawa, Maria works in a supermarket and earns 150 pesos per hour. One day, she rendered 2 hours of overtime work. How much overtime pay did she receive? So, yung overtime rate niya is 150 times 1.25. Again, kasi nga nag-overtime siya, so bibigyan ng 25% yung hourly rate niya. Kaya yung overtime rate niya is 187.50. At dahil 2 oras siyang nag-overtime, so meron siyang times 2 which is 375 pesos. Commission income is earned as a percentage of sales made. It can be pure or base salary plus commission. So dito sa commission, ibig sabihin nito, the more sales you make, the bigger your commission. So kung ilan yung nabenta mo, percentage lang yung kukunin doon, tapos yun na yung magiging kita mo. So for example, Marcos is a real estate agent. He earns a base weekly salary of 4,200 pesos and a 2% commission on total property sales. This week, he sold properties worth 600,000 pesos. What is his total weekly income? So, una, i-consider natin yung given. 4,200. 4,200 dapat to, tapos 2% yung commission. No? So, ang unang gagawin is kunin natin yung commission. Yung commission niya is 2% ng 600,000 pesos, which is 12,000. Ito yung matatanggap niya out of 600,000. Okay? Tapos yung sunod na gagawin is, i-add natin dito sa 4,200 na weekly salary niya. 4,200 plus 12,000 is 16,200. So therefore, si Mark is kikita ng 6,200 on that particular week. His work earnings based on the number of items or products completed. So ibig sabihin nito, nakadepende siya sa kung ilan yung items na na-produce mo or natapos mo. The more pieces completed, the higher the earnings. For example, Rose works in a garment factory. She earns 25 pesos for every t-shirt she finish. If she completed 80 t-shirts in one day, how much did she earn? Okay. So, yung solution natin una, kailangan nating tandaan na yung bayad sa bawat nagagawa ni ni Rose is 25,000 pesos, no? Tapos nagkataon na 80 yung nagawa niya na t-shirt. So yung gagawin natin doon, mo-multiply lang. 25,000, 25 times 80 is 2,000. So therefore, kumita si Rose ng 2,000 pesos. Okay. So that is piecework earning. So let's summarize the idea, no? First is salary. Yung salary is fixed pay, hindi na siya magbabago, no? So, I mean, kahit madami yung trabaho mo sa buong araw or maliit lang, fixed pa din yung magiging sahod mo. Then we have the wage, Wage is based on time work. So halimbawa kung 7 hours ka nagtrabaho, so yun lang yung babayaran sa iyo, no? Karaniwan dito is yung mga construction workers. Then we have overtime pay. Ito yung extra pay for extra hours. So, dahil maraming trabaho, nag-extend ka ng time para tapusin yon. So, dapat bayaran ka ng company or ng agency, no? Then we have holiday pay, higher pay for working on holidays. So, lagi mong tandaan na kapag nagtrabaho ka during holiday seasons, dapat makareceive ka ng higher pay. So, next is night shift differential. Additional pay working at night. So, syempre dahil gabi ka nagtrabaho, nasasakripisyo yung health mo. So, dapat meron kang additional pay. Yung iba tinatawag tong graveyard shift kasi talagang sasabak ka kahit inaantok ka. Kadalasan, nangyayari ito sa mga call center agent. Then we have the commission. It is based on sales, no? So, kung may benta ka, edi may commission ka. Kung wala kang benta, wala kang commission. So, ito yung mga karaniwan, yung nangyayari dito is sa mga real estate agents. Then we have piecework based on the number of items completed. So, sa mga factory workers, minsan nangyayari yung piecework, no? So, these are all real-life applications of mathematics in employment, business, and personal finance. So I hope may natutunan kayo at someday kapag nagtatrabaho na kayo, I hope na alam nyo na kung paano kumputin yung sahod nyo. Again, take note, hindi pa kasama dito yung tax. Okay, so see you next time. Thank you for watching.